Welcome to Arise Africa. I am Chichi Mwabo, and with me, as usual, is
Bowie Mark Anthony. Good morning to everyone today. Yeah, how's everything?
Everything is great. How was your week?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, it was a bit, how do I put it now?
Hectic.
Yeah, it was, and I'm still a bit stressed though. But
Okay.
I think.
All right. So, but it's going to be pretty exciting today, as usual. We are right here, getting ready, getting set to do everything that we know to do today, and it's going to be all about what took place in Nigeria this week. Yes, right from Sunday until today. Yes, it's going to be a highly informative and enlightening session for you on the program. So I would like you to participate effectively. Give everything you have. Don't mind me. All right, so talking about Arise Africa, I'm sure it's one of your favorite TV show on the African Broadcasting Network, and of course the first segment is newspaper reviews.
Yes, and it's a delighted one because this week a lot of things are happening, and
Always things are happening, always in Nigeria.
How will I put it now? The big guys are
getting set. The political terrain is pretty hot right now.
Very, very hot. A lot of supporters are talking. Some persons want some people to go out, and some persons are saying, "Oh yes, I'm coming out," and some persons are saying, "Oh, if you are going to zone to south, then I will come out."
Just when you think that you've probably heard it all, like you can predict who's going to come, who's not going to come, you hear something new again.
Yeah.
You're just wondering, like, okay, so is there a kind of game going on? Are they trying to peel it gradually? They're telling us, okay,
keeping us in suspense.
Exactly.
It's a movie. Alright, we don't have time. Let's move over to our Sunday paper for today. And it's newspaper review time. And Sunday Punch is the very first one. And it's fresh defections looms as APC swears in state ESCOs this week. I told you a lot of things has been happening. And it's an inauguration will kill APC in Zamfara.
Yes, and that's from. Okay, that's we await court judgment. Lai Mohammed Camp insists. And you got more stories right there. Some northerners made it difficult for Jonathan to defeat Boko Haram. That's an allegation. Well, that's Babangida Aliyu who made that statement. And abandoned by spouses, families, leprosy patients recount bittersweet experiences in age-old Ogun colony. Really sad. Really sad. I believe that's because leprosy it's something that a lot of us like really scary. A scary bit there. Slain OAU student buried in house built for parents. Really sad. I'm sure you know a bit of what happened there. Oni declares curfew in Ile-Ife over robbers invasion. Oh my God, that's really very, very unfortunate. That. We hope it is going to be so. We're moving on now to the next paper because we've got so much to do today. The Guardian is up next. It says only 2.5 million motorists captured as insurance plan 7,500 naira for third parties. His stakeholders agree to review 18 years after policy was pegged at 5,000 naira. Inflation jerks cost of vehicle repairs. Industry operators have said as the major header there on the Guardian newspapers. Ohaneze warns of danger if North succeeds Buhari in 2023. Of course, there's been a lot of concern about power being in one zone. We've heard people say there are unspoken agreements that it's got to be a rotational system where one part of the country rules this time and another part rules this time. For me, it makes a lot of sense because our country is diverse. It's comprising of several areas, so that's a need to give different regions. That's what I believe. Different regions have the chance to take leadership of the country, take the reins of leadership of the country. I think such concern is valid as well. Okay, so we've got in fresh attacks, bandits kill dozens in Kaduna and Niger. That is a story, very sad story, because every day, every time we keep having to hear the story of bandits killing people, and sometimes I wonder, so these are human beings. They're not just figures. A lot of people get so used to it, they think it's just figures. They're not figures, they're human beings, people with family, with children, even children who have parents and all that. It's really, really sad, and we need to, I think we have to go beyond just having to say we're going to tackle this, we're going to tackle that, like we hear from the government. We've got to go beyond to take action to nip this in the bud. I believe we have all it takes if it's well implemented. All right, let's go on to the next paper.
Yeah, and the next one is a Nigerian Tribune. As Constitution review ends this week, it says governors may lose immunity for criminal offenses. That's the reason, page 2. And it says sexual harassment, disobedience to courts may become impeachable offenses. Then judiciary to take full custody of Code of Conduct Bureau Tribunal. Tribunal membership expanded. All geopolitical zones to be represented. National Assembly under pressure to scrap NJC. States to control judicial appointments. Wow, that's a very, very strong stuff that we're expecting out there. And then say NAS transmits reworked electoral bill to Buhari. All the stories as well as in page 2 also. And then say David Mark heads Ekiti PDP post-primary reconciliation committee. That story is in page 25. And you know, like what we were saying, that this week it's all about, or I think moving forward now, it's either PDP, APC on all the papers.
2023, I see that on
Tambuwal Okorocha declares for president. Wow, awesome.
AFCC files 17-count charge against Okorocha
over fraud. Yeah, so that's another thing. The thing is, whilst you are getting ready to be president or anything, just know that your positions they also have their own plans.
I don't think it's only that. Someone told me that by the time that's a certain level you attain, or there's certain things you do, you become person of concern. Yeah, you know what it means, that to security. So definitely what you do counts, what you do matters. If you think what you're doing, if you're into any form of crime, you're not known, wait until you get into the limelight in any form. Then you understand that they know you more than you think, you know. And that's why sometimes I find it hard to believe when you say that. And
there's a very intriguing story there. It says, I was promised 30 million naira to deliver human parts for rituals, suspected ritualists, confesses.
And it's also been on the news this week.
Yeah, a lot of it.
The subject of ritual killings.
Yeah.
I think in Ogun State.
Different areas.
In Ogun State, particularly that story in Ogun State.
Yeah, even in Ondo as well.
4 gentlemen.
Yeah,
not gentlemen. I'm not
teenagers, children.
You know, one of them lured the girlfriend into a kind of warehouse, and the four of them just dismembered the girl.
It's so painful.
It's really, really terrible.
So painful.
That's not the only one. Several ones.
Different ones. There's also one that was trending, like children coming out and say, oh, they want to do Yahoo and all those stuff, and then all
those ones. Yahoo Plus.
Yeah, okay. That's the thing.
I also saw a video about Yahoo. I don't know if you saw it. It was actually voiced by, you know, a white man, but I don't know. I don't know, but I know it's a video I saw online where they were talking about Yahoo Plus and Yahoo all that. Plus, and they're talking about how
basically ritual is everywhere. And I also saw a post as well. Someone was saying about the fact that right now we've the generation before us did so much to always make everybody understand values, system, and everything, the culture and all that. But right now, these days, young people now throw cash away. So we're telling the very younger ones, the little children, that it's all about money and all this stuff. And really, we have to really reshape it.
The scary thing is that maybe in the past one would say, okay, it's because there's no money and they are mature, they have responsibility and all that. But this one is not like that.
No,
this one
they are they are in no form of any pressure actually to make any ends meet actually.
And some people are giving reasons. They're saying, okay, that one of the reasons is parents who have children they cannot take care of. Yeah. They say that if your parents, for example, take care of you properly, you won't get into that. But you cannot even see that, because I remember a suspected ritualist or alleged ritualist. Remember, by December, when a particular lady was killed, her eyes blocked, and it was traced to her boyfriend. They said the boyfriend's father, the one who was alleged to have killed her, was a lecturer. Can you imagine? In a school. So don't tell me there's somebody who's enlightened. A lecturer is enlightened. Yeah. If you cannot say lecturer, but because they said the level you get to, you can't be that poor. That you cannot take care of, your family. So it's not like it didn't come from, probably a well-to-do home. Yeah. Maybe not well-to-do, but comfortable at least. His niece, and he's a student. For God's sake. So you're wondering, like, why?
If we go on with these stories, I think we will try to get maybe an expert one of these days, and then maybe open the phone line for people to actually call in as well. Maybe one of these days, maybe in this February next month.
Because all hands need to be on deck.
Honestly,
because it's going to affect
everything. It's actually now we have people who've heard of children that are being called by their parents, like, hey, look at your mate is doing this, why not going to you get? So they are the ones even pushing most of their children at this time. And it's crazy, because now nobody wants to just talk about these things. They push you. Before they just scam people and all that, but now they kill for such things. So it's crazy. All right, let's move over to the next paper.
Okay, so we're moving on to this day newspapers. It says, to stem HIV tide, Buhari launches 62 billion naira trust fund to fight disease. Dangote pledges private sector support. To stem HIV tide, Buhari launches 62 billion naira trust fund to fight disease. Dangote pledges private sector support. Yes, that's good news. And we've got more stories up there. Just check it out. Moody's forecast phased fuel subsidy removal will pose challenge to incoming government, right? So it's a Silver doubts Nigeria's petrol consumption figures, says numbers crazy OPEC. Alumelu raises concerns over $4 billion oil theft, and says this national disgrace to be stealing oil. And I remember several governments, for example, like Rivers, I'm aware they declared a kind of war against, stealing of oil. That's bunkering and the rest of them.
Right now we have to do better. Let us have jobs to avoid most of all these things. Honestly, that's one point, because we cannot see you keep arresting and boys still keeps going into this stuff every day. Why? Because there's actually nothing.
Look at what INEC is saying. Proliferation of small arms, light weapons, hard drugs, insurgents, threat to 2023 elections. Hard drugs, how?
You know, these are the persons that are a lot of the time the persons that fall into this are young people, and they are the ones that are being used as well by the politicians and the political class to get away with a lot of things. And if a young person is high on drugs, you can just swindle them and all that to do what you want, and that's it. That's it.
All right, so we're moving
All right,
on.
we'll move over to the next paper, and that's Business Day newspaper, and it says Africa needs industrialization-led growth to match Asia's success. Now, that's a very big statement. Then there's a story there that says how tech firms are growing healthcare business, and there I think that's all for the business day. So we'll move over to the next one.
So I believe this is Friday.
Yes.
PDP CSO lampoon federal government as NFIU uncovers 96 terrorism financiers. All right, 123 firms, 32 British exchange operators linked to terrorists, federal government alleges. Terror financiers supporters will be revealed in court, says AGF office. With transparency's verdict, Buhari can't boast of fighting graft, says PDP. Well, we hope. Mine is, I just want to see how this song plays out. I hope the story will not die and we don't see anything, and it's just a headline for the season.
Exactly. That's another thing, because
we want to see how it goes
till the end.
Till the end. Workers' fate unknown as explosion rocks Delta Oil platform. And that's a story on page 5.
Yeah.
I think that happened
on Wednesday.
On Wednesday in the southwest part.
Very southwest.
Very southwest of Delta State. Very unfortunate, because they're still looking for. A couple of workers I believe, just like the headline said. So it is sad.
All right, and then we can move to the next one. Next paper, please, for today. And it's the Guardian newspaper for today. It says
1 year after, I think just take it down a bit. Okay.
1 year after NIN SIM policy, insecurity scams faster. Okay. We know that most of the time these papers, we get a lot of the points that they're trying to make, and as media practitioners as well, it's always crazy when you want to make some statements like, all right, bandits, kidnapping, and all. It's still rapid. I understand where this story is going to. The rider
they told us, they gave us reasons why the name and the rest of them had to be done
in millions as well. Stuff. And now most of these things that made them came up with this name and same registration is still there.
So you're still asking, is that really, what is the real reason?
Exactly.
Why it is done? Because that's what they told us. But they told us there's a big story there. CNN's president,
challenge that brought down its president. Really big story. Okay, so that's for people to go find out.
They considered it to be their big story. The paper.
Anyway.
There's quite a lot there. It's like he was having an affair with one of the staff there. Yes, so that's probably what happened. And I'm just wondering.
All right, so
in some cultures, some of those things are really not acceptable.
Yeah, you can't do that here. APC inaugurates 34 states chairman as Boni stays away. Boko Haram may be child's play to ISWAP. Zulum warns federal government. And Mechi Malami sued over alleged illegal award of 91.7 billion rail contract to Chinese firm. Now, there's so much story about this railways you get, and I think some days ago, some persons were stranded between Lagos to Kaduna as well, and they were left. Kano, and they were there for quite a while, and it's crazy. Anyways, let's move over to the next one.
Okay, so we have Nigerian Tribune. The federal government links 123 companies, 32 British exchange to ISWAP, Boko Haram. Page 2. That's where you can find the story. Swab can take over Nigeria if unchecked now. Borno State Governor said that. Hoodlums attack Arigbishola's campaign office. The story is in page 5. Ohaneze, they are still talking. Ohaneze said a political action committee insists on Southeast presidency. The story is on page 29. And Korocha reports EFCC to Buhari over harassment. And we've got to check out the next paper.
I think this is the last one.
This.
Okay. All right. The final paper for today, and it says, Zulum, we must defeat ISWAP at all costs, else Boko Haram will be child's play. I think we saw that as well in the previous papers. And in 2023, PDP yet to take a decision on zoning presidency. Uondo insists. Yeah, and this is actually a very, very strong statement, because even Peter Obi also was speaking about the fact that if the presidency is not zoned or whatever, he might not run if it's not zoned to the south. But if it's zoned to the south, then he can say he'll come out for presidency. All right, then ECHO has to deploy stabilization force in countries under threat of military takeover. All right, Osibanjo, democratic election, only way to government change. All right, and then then in major setback for oil production, Shell defers expansion work on 225,000 barrel per day Bonga oil feed. All right, that stories and more you can see on this day newspaper for today. And then with that, we'll come to the very, very, very end of this segment. When we return, we'll be going to the Virtual Street. Stay tuned. Arise Africa will be right back.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to Arise Africa. Right now we're going to the virtual street talking about social media buzz. So are you ready for an experience? You got to know what people are saying. Ordinary Nigerians like you and me were saying on social media, a free platform for most of us. So let's take a ride.
All right, Chichi, this today's buzz is just about some persons that were doing a video. They did a video, but we have pictures of that, like 5:30 a.m. or 5 a.m. of it was posted by Abba Left, though. Concerned Nigeria said, allow kids to be kids. Social media user blast parents who prepare their kids for school at 5 a.m. You understand? So everyone is saying, oh, why will these children be out here? Like, and a lot of persons, so it really brought up a lot of conversations and all, because some persons are saying 5 a.m. is like normal in Lagos. especially like for Lagos user, because most of all these persons, they get to work and all that, and you cannot leave your child at home, and when you are hustling to work and all, so you get so. But so let's find out what people are saying.
Very well, says, so nothing say we play for this Lagos. Now look at
I swear, like, and it's all very nice. I feel so sad for them, because we still wake up on time and all, and get to work out well.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. If I Eniago, it says the person blasting the parents must be a lazy bean. Okay, it says even before this school matters, and in the village, we grew up waking earlier than 5 a.m. to be ready, attend morning mass, and do morning chores. Our parents did everything, including punishing us if we missed waking up on time.
But this is valid. It's a kind of training.
Yeah,
it's a kind of training that one would definitely carry on through life. So
yeah. Yes. So it's important that people still wake up on time. And this is also what we're talking about, the culture that we are probably gradually just drifting off from, and it's so crazy.
Mohash says this can only happen in
Lagos. I swear. And anyway, not just in Lagos. I think everybody ought to focus. Oh, not again. It says the challenge comes from Nigeria's structure. House rent is 500k, minimum wage 30k. Your company needs you to report to office before 6 a.m. Please don't blame the parents. Let's start thinking big and outside the box. Nanny is now 30k, so there's no way for her to even help the nanny out as well. So before settling down, plan all these things based on Nigeria content as a K study. That's so constant study, and says I hope we think in this line of thought. You get, so whilst you are trying to settle down, you just have to make some plans too to get this.
So before you go to Lagos,
think of all these things. All right, so we'll move on to the next one.
So let's check out what
the next paper
is saying.
It says now this is the second boss. So which is harder for you to do, Chichi? Keeping long fingernails, making pap, and then 3, cooking noodles in large quantity, then managing 1 gig of data for a month. Now that's really a very great question, I would say, but so people had this to say for you. You keep plus.
You want me not to say my own, because I'm eager to say it too. A lot of women are going to look at me with one kind eye, according to. Okay, so let's check out what people are saying, because it's all about what you're saying on social media. So let's check out some comments. Choma Akbota
says 1 and 4. That's
so you're like.
She picks 1 and 4, and 1 is keeping long fingernails, and then 4 is managing.
Okay, Choma Wabi says 6 gigabyte data, no day lasts me for 1 day. Oh.
Imagine, I'm talking about 1 gig. In Nigeria, there's no way you keep 1 gig data for a month. No way. Anyway,
1 gig data is 2 days now.
Now it's like 1 day for some persons. Managing 1 gig for a month. I think this person says making pap. Some persons cannot make pap. I think that pap thing, there's an art.
There's an art, yes, there is.
So maybe
when you do it the first time, if I make pap here, oh my God.
So Chichi is showing us pap for next week. So stay tuned for
Sophie says data will always be hard to manage, especially when you're using MTN. Oh my God, what's
like a crying emoji? Always difficult. All right, okay. 10 gig. Tosin Adegoke says 10 gig not even last 6 days. Can you imagine? We're talking about 1 gig for a month. That's someone that always surfs the internet.
All right. So you see that number 2, eh? Now me, and you this year. What if my future husband like pap? How I go do Adekumbi says that.
Adekumbi, go and learn how to cook pap. Anyway, there are a lot of people that actually cannot make pap, and I am one of those. Sandy Casey says cooking noodles in large quantity. Yeah, everybody always say, oh no, just small, just 2.
The Kiki says that number 4. Even if heaven comes down, 15 gigabyte will not last 3 days. So this one is worse than
like
me.
you're worse anyways. But then it depends on what you are doing online. That's another thing too. A lot of people spend so much time on the internet and
Watching videos.
watching things that are very irrelevant.
No,
funny enough.
no.
Most
The real
persons
thing is a lot of people want to keep abreast with what is happening. And a lot of times you want to watch videos. For example, we probably saw a couple of videos,
yes.
you know, to be able to like know
What's
what is happening or to understand the impact of what took place.
Yeah.
And so we need to watch videos, especially as media practitioners. We've got to keep abreast with what is happening.
That's what I'm saying, depending on what you are doing. But there are some persons that just go and just want to watch funny video and laugh and all that and waste data for nothing, and you're not getting anything in return. If I'm spending
They are.
some persons
They
are
are.
not.
They feel better.
Some persons are not.
There's so
getting
much
anything.
value.
Anyways,
That's why they get to watch it.
Okay, so
All
what's what's your
mine? I told you now, 1 and 4.
1 and 4. Okay.
Yes,
Alright,
no
all
long
of them,
fingernails and
I cannot keep long fingernails.
So
I cannot make pap. I cannot cook indomie in large quantity. I cannot manage on the so. No one for me.
all right. So
that's
we've got
all
to
we
go on
can
a break.
take for the social media boss. So Arise Africa will be right back for the crux of the matter. Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
The Belgian imports into Man City have signed a new contract extension with the club, making prediction Chelsea and United. It's Arsenal this weekend and Liverpool.
Zinedine Zidane knows that this is not the best time to talk about Salah. Liverpool have a very important game to play against Real Madrid.
Let him go to Barcelona.
I repeat, Mourinho will never accept.
Now you have so many attacking players in that team.
ABN Sports, showing live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. West African time on the African Broadcasting Network, ABN. Always have the church with you 24/7 with the WLBC app. Get all the information you need about Papa Ayu and Mama Helen Norisha.
Today is going to be all about the Word of God.
Welcome to another episode of Soul Connect.
That you will set the captives free because the anointing is on you and you'll be a Holy Ghost troublemaker.
Because when you hear something and you say something and you'll do something, you'll receive something.
God can transition you to a place of influence and impact by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Join us on Soul Connect on the African Broadcasting Network, showing live every Thursday at 6 p.m. West African time.
The Belgian imports into Man City have signed a new contract extension with the club, making prediction Chelsea and United. It's Arsenal this weekend and Liverpool.
Zinedine Zidane knows that this is not the best time to talk about Salah. Liverpool have a very important game to play against Real Madrid.
Let him go to Barcelona.
I repeat, Mourinho will never accept.
Now you have so many attacking players in that team.
ABN Sports, showing live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. West African time on the African Broadcasting Network, ABN.
Welcome back to Arise Africa. At this moment, we want to talk about building the woman around. And we have a guest in the studio whose dream is to build as many women as she can so they can understand the direction of the dreams and implement all they have to get to the highest level in life. And of course, she is Dr. Carol Dixon. She's a pastor. She's also the publisher of Woman Have a Life magazine. And we are so excited to have her in the studio. Welcome, ma.
Thank you. Welcome, ma. Welcome.
You look smashing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
All glowing and all.
Oh,
Thanks for the compliment.
I know that one of the things you always talk about, maybe in your media chats and for whatever project you embark on, having been aware of the Woman Have a Life magazine that you publish and all that, I know you've always talked about building the woman. So let's begin. When you talk about that, what do you mean when you say you want to build the woman? What is the meaning?
Yeah, to build the woman is to develop the woman, to train the woman, to make sure the woman develops her potentials to get to her peak in life. A woman, you know, bringing up herself, training herself, you know, to bring out her usefulness. because every woman has usefulness. But you need to build yourself for that usefulness to be able to come out and benefit the society. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, but now to one thing before I ask this question, but we found out that this week we had International Day for Sports, women in sports. And you know, when you're talking about beauty, we're talking about strength a lot of time, and then some women will say, oh, I cannot even do sports and all that. But then one question we want to ask now is, what's the benefits and importance of ensuring that a woman is actually being built?
Yes, when a woman is built, her hidden potentials come out. When a woman is built, a woman's strength becomes accessible to her, and then beneficial to the society. When you are built, your beauty comes out. If you are built as a woman, what you contain, you know, that is hidden, you are able to express it out, and the world is able to benefit from you. If you build yourself, you become useful to your society. You become useful to yourself, because any woman that is not built becomes a house waste. Yes, if you don't build yourself as a woman, you become a house waste. You become a full-time indolent, lazy, unuseful, not valuable woman.
And we know what the indolent ones do. And they are the ones who say they don't rest, they are not on their own. Disturbing the yard and the area. Anyway.
And gossiping.
Exactly. Thank you so much for that. You know, someone told me a story, one of my friends told me a story of how her mother actually told her that when she came to Warri, she was married from the village, that the mother was very intelligent and passed, there was something they called TTC or something in those days. I don't remember, but I know it had to do with teachers. And then the mother gained admission. And the family of the father came and said, no, don't send your wife to school. If you do, she's going to be stronger than you and she's going to oppress you. You know, that kind of thing. But today, she said, my father regrets that decision more than anything else. That's what she told me. So let's look at the impact of a built woman. What can a built woman, because sometimes she would think, the father would say, if my wife had gone to that TTC, she would have been a teacher by now in one of the schools. She would have received pension at this age. So what is the impact of a built woman in her home, in her society?
A built woman in the home becomes a better parent.
Wow.
Yes. If you are built, you are able to transfer your knowledge, what you have on the inside, into your children and your family system, because a woman is actually a home builder. If you are a builder, what you don't have, you can't give. So until you are built, you can't build others. So one of the importance and advantages of being built is that you become a positive contributor to the society. You are not an oppressor. You are not, built to oppress the society. No, you are not built to oppress the men. Rather, you become a better supportive base to the family system. You are able to contribute to your children's lives. You are able to contribute to your husband's bills, because the Nigeria of today is not what we can leave the home system and the home front for the man alone to carry the responsibility and foot all the bills. If you're built, your usefulness comes out. You are able to stand as a woman. You are able to support financially. You're also able to take care of yourself. Like you're looking so good.
Thank you.
If you are not building yourself and building your capacity, you won't be able to sit here at the front of the camera to address fellow women like you. So Well, those are some of the things we bring on board when we are built. We help the society get better. We color our world. I'm able to look the way I look because I've been laboring, building myself and building my capacity. So I am able to make money. I can buy stuff for myself. I can take myself out for lunch. I can give my children pocket money. I can contribute supporting my husband in terms of school fees. So there's a lot of advantages, we gain being built as a woman. We gain, our family gain, the society itself gains.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Ma, for that answer. Like, it's very, very spot on. Now, we've been talking about building and building and building. Okay. So now a woman is watching and she's asking, so what areas would I need to be built? You understand? So we want you to just give us like a probably like key points or key areas where a woman ought to be built.
Now, the key areas are spiritual. A woman should be built spiritually.
I like that. Spiritual.
Yes, first of all, because the total man is made up of spirit, soul, and body. So you should build yourself up spiritually, and then build your soul, and also build your body. Like you said about exercising. Once a while I exercise, and I'm watching what I eat. Now, you also build your mental capacity. You have to be a reader, a studious woman, a woman who knows her values and what she ought to contribute to the society. And so you go all the way in building yourself with books, listening to tapes of great people who have made it in life, understanding people, interacting people, So you build yourself educationally. Go to school, add to what you know, interact with minds. That's why you see me always interacting with Mama Helen Orisha Jeffo, because I know she's got something upstairs. And I love women who are intelligent. I don't roll with dull women. I don't roll with lazy women. I'm a worker. I am a worker, a workaholic. I sleep every day almost 2:30. Like last night I slept after 2, almost 2:30 to 3. I'm reading, I'm studying. So if a woman wants to build herself well, be ready to study. Do research. Spiritually, study God's word, listen to spiritual tapes, read books of men and great women of God who have made it, successful people, told their line, their way, the way, they went and succeeded. Because a wise man said, no matter how far you have gone in life, there's a place called forward. So you keep reading and keep researching. I'm a good researcher. I research a lot. I want to know why 1 + 1 is 2, mathematically. And then I also want to know why 1 + 1 spiritually is 1. The mystery behind that 1 + 1 being 1. True. You have to be a spiritual being, and then be able to calculate your way into the realm of the spirit to understand that and live by that principle.
Wow, beautiful. That was well said. I know you
and then also build your character. As a woman, work on your character. I'm very sorry to say, some women don't have character. They talk anyhow, they behave anyhow. A woman will seize her husband's tie. That's a woman that want to be valued in the society. You see your husband's tie, probably because there's not enough money in the house. If you are built, you won't seize any man's tie. You'll be able to bring food to the table. At times, take your own money, go to the market, train yourself to be able to contribute financially, bring food to the table, be able to buy something in the house that your husband will come in and say, wow, give your husband surprises, you know, give friends surprises. At times I go out of my way to buy stuff in the house, and then I know that the man won't be in a hurry to throw me away. Yeah, because if you tell such a beautiful woman to leave your house will be naked. Because by the time I move all the curtains and I move some chairs, I move the corridor away from your house, and your house will be almost naked. So built women are valuable women, but the way to attain that height is to build yourself up spiritually, build your body, you know, take care of yourself, be able to dress well, know what fits you, eat right, and then work on your character.
Wow.
Yes, be a disciplined woman. Don't talk anyhow. Don't eat anyhow. Well, you don't go to there is no valuable woman that will just be eating corn along the road, or you go to the market, you are testing all the gari and people catch you putting gari in your mouth. No. You know, build your values, know who you are, so you are not behaving anyhow, and then manage your home well. That's another area. Manage your home well. Keep your home clean. Don't be a dirty woman. That's one other area a woman should build herself. Build your home. Make your home an attractive terrain for your husband and your children and for friends. Build good relationships. Build relationships with people whom you can learn from. You understand me? Yeah. Don't just go for anybody. Some people are just baggages. No, you don't need excess baggage in this time and age. I don't need an excess baggage. I can't partner with everybody. There are some specific, valuable, intelligent people that when I sit with 30 minutes and I discuss 1 hour, I discuss with them, I know that I am gaining. And of course, be also when you are built, people also gain from you.
Absolutely. So we're trying. You've said so much. Another word for being built, from what I garnered from what you said, is empowered.
Yeah.
You're empowered as a woman, spiritually, physically, and otherwise. And I think any woman listening right now would have gleaned so much, learned so much from what you have talked about today.
Thank you.
A lot of knowledge there. Thank you so much, Ma. So we're going to go straight to some of the challenges affecting the growth of women in self-building, in being empowered. What are some of the challenges affecting them? And we'll run straight to the solution because I believe we don't have much time.
Yeah, challenges. I think some women are afraid to come out. Some women don't really know who they are. They don't know their values. One of the greatest challenge we also have with women building themselves is that some women have low self-esteem. They can't come out to the public to express themselves. So they can't even go the extra mile to study and learn, to know themselves better and know what they can do. So fear, low self-esteem, lack of ambition, there are problems on the way, and they're settling for the status quo. You are just satisfied, you know, with where you are, where you find yourself. You don't want to move yourself forward. It's a lot of work moving yourself forward. It takes brain work to sit down and think of where you should be, that you are not yet there, and how to get there. It takes a lot of audacity, you know, to step out as a woman in this kind of country we belong to, where tradition does not enable the woman. So some women are afraid, so they just settle for the status quo. They are not moving forward. They are not moving forward, and some women lack vision. Some women don't have vision. You just go to school, you graduate, you say, this is what I read, so I must be a teacher, or I must be this, I must be that. You can add to what you know.
Sure.
But until you take a trip to your life as a woman and discover your strength, you go nowhere.
Really sad.
You go nowhere. And so that's why they call some women full-time housewife. How can you be a full-time housewife, for God's sake, in this time and age? This dispensation, full-time housewife. So I think laziness too. Some women just sit down on one spot in the house, one corner. They have their chair. The house help brings water, brings food. The house help will help them to wash their leg and wash their hand. They are sitting down. That's laziness. A lazy man will say there is a lion in the streets. That can't happen. One lion cannot be in so many streets at the same time. It's only God that is omnipresent. It's a lazy woman that will not go out there because of fear.
Okay. Ma, because of time, let's dive into your final words quickly. How do you think women should handle this solution?
Women should be women of vision. They should be go-getters. Women should know that they have something to offer. Women should step out and join the men in the boardroom. Women should be bold. They should have valuable, positive self-esteem.
Absolutely.
Know that you have you are useful. You are useful. The way you are, you can build yourself to become useful in the society. Don't write off yourself. If you build yourself, then you can be useful. If you are useful, you will be needed. But if you are not useful in the society, you'll be trampled under feet.
Sure.
Yes. Your usefulness defines your value. Yes. Your usefulness to this society defines your value.
Sure.
So I will encourage women out there to believe in themselves and then sit down and be able to reason. How can I become a great woman? How can I be successful? Don't be lazy. Spend time with books. Spend time listening to reasonable talks. Not just watching, like I heard you saying before I came on set, carrying your phone and listening to all the comedies in this world. Let the women be ready to change the narrative. Let women stop saying it's a men's world. It's not a men's world. It's our world.
Everybody's
world.
Yes.
Don't settle for the fact.
So I would say a lot of times they'll say not be woman. You
No.
know that kind of stuff. But we're not. From what we've heard, it's not. We not be just women.
Yeah,
right?
no,
we are all
not.
important. We
Yes.
cannot make impact. We cannot get ourselves empowered. We're so grateful. We have Dr. Carol Dixon. She's a pastor and she's also the publisher of Woman Have a Life magazine. You need to check out that magazine. So much inspiring, beautiful pictures.
Thank you.
A lot of great things about women. I tell you, it's really, really great.
I've seen a copy of that
doing
too.
this for women.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking
Thank you
time
very
with
much.
us.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming in today.
My pleasure.
We can see that you have so much to say, but
Exactly.
we are out of time. We're out of time and not out of words. So, all right, guys, that's all we can take for today. And yeah, remember that Arise Africa is open for sponsorship. So do well to reach out to us so that this program can keep running. So then I want to also tell you to stay tuned to ABN at all time. Watch the African Broadcasting Network. It's important that you do so. Then today we'll have a night with the King. Yes, today an all-night service right here at the International Gospel Center at Jamimoga, where it's going to be an awesome time. Messi Shin will be with us, and Papa Mama Ayo, Richard Jaffo as well as Apostle Mike Akindako. So do well to connect with us by 9 p.m. today and live as well on the station. Chichi, any final words?
Thank you so much for staying with us today. We hope to be back again same time next week. And until then, be good. Remember, as a woman, you are very important and useful in society.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
The Belgian imports into